Societies are designed to rise and fall. Just like when a parent dies, the kid is supposed to rise and become a better person. Just like the Bronze Age collapsed, it also gave birth to ancient Israel, Greece, and Persia. But now we have modern civilizations like China and the US thriving for decades without any sort of collapse. But war and collapse is natural. It's part of the rebirth cycle. Think World War One, World War Two, ancient Rome, ancient Persia. Now let's talk about Israel. See, Israel is the only nation with a fertility rate above replacement. For example, it's 3 kids per family as opposed to 1.5 in the US. Israelis love to be Jewish. That's why you see so much inward support. We don't have black cultures and white cultures thriving to help each other. They're actually taking advantage of each other and killing each other. Look at black societies specifically. This is why Zionism is winning. Now it's clear that, main topic of the video, if you go around society, you see most people nowadays on social media, whatever, they do not support Israel. Obviously, they are killing children out in the open. Citizens Gaza are under 18, less than half. Children in Gaza are under 18. They're deliberately killing these children, and it's all over your feed. It used to be a taboo to criticize Israel, but now it's the norm. Most people do not support Brazil. This isn't the first time that Jewish people have been criticized, okay? They've kicked out of many different nations. Think about it. Before the Holocaust, there was a lot of anti-Semitism brimming. The majority of people did not support these people and thus had a Holocaust, right? What happened after the Holocaust? The Jews needed to transition to a place where they felt safe, so they were promised this land that was not theirs, but there was public support for it. Now, let's look at current times today. People are advocating for a genocide as the only possible way to exterminate some of the problems going on in society today. And this ties back perfectly to the rise and fall feedback cycle. So let's break down the anti-Semitic part, because right now it seems like everybody's anti-Semitic, and people who have been exposed as controlled opposition in CIA are even pushing anti-Semitic narratives, not even anti-Semitic, but Jewish criticizing narratives. And I want to understand how this is just out in the open. And a year or two ago, this is completely not allowed. You have people like Nick Fuentes peaking around 100,000 viewers when just a year ago he was at like 500. If all this what if this anti-Semitism is fueling a greater biblical destiny that the Jews want, and it's only helping it come upon us faster? See, many Jews view rising hostility not merely as a threat, but a prophetic catalysm pushing them to immigrate to Israel, where they've always wanted to be. In Psalms 83, Ezekiel, where a coalition of enemies seek to erase the nation, but ultimately faces divine defeat, bolstered by faith in God's intervention, as described in scriptures, where he fights on Israel's behalf to establish sovereignty. They believe that they are going to fight against the world and God is going to step in and help them. See, if the Jews really wanted to silently commit their genocide in Israel, they could infiltrate the water system and simply do a genocide like that, or they could pollute the air. But they are going in and deliberately murdering people, kids, and it's out in the open. But what if it's really part of the agenda to further the immigration to Israel and the war that an end is going to lead to a prosperous life of spiritual peace for the Jews? See, not all Jews agree with this. Some of the people pioneering against the killing, mostly Jews, they don't agree with this biblical, and if you don't think it's possible to be this deluded, well, you need to read the Talmud. Now, I can't get into all of that right now, hopefully in a future video, but a lot of this stuff will get me banned. Let's hope that this cycle of trauma and war that we have going on is going to breed a better civilization where our kids can prosper in peace without this growing political conflict. Thank you guys for watching.